Israel, let's go to church.
Do you like men?
I don't give a fuck, nigga. Call me bi. Okay, I'm bisexual. Call me that.
We got hundreds of men in that purple, you can't even miss it. Can't even miss it. I keep stacking and stacking and having that's why I'm riches. Yeah, I told my brother his time gon' come down, break the code. And I told my brother come out of that scene and skin. Oh, we got so many scoffers and haters. I'm glad that we saving the soul.
This is supposed to be good to go to church. This shit turn into something else.
I wanna go, I wanna walk on gold, cause kingdom that's the goal. We keep the laws.
Be aware that Kirk is not who you think he is.
Take us down, we made the shots like 3 up in a row, for real. 3 up in a row. Hold on, boots on the ground, we march on the block, they thought it was a drum line. Yeah, prophets of God, you know the way teaching from sundown to sundown. Bitches that brought out the scripture, I really don't get it, I asked for the breakdown. Word that put in, nothing compared to my leaders, they go hard like 10 times. Yeah, don't talk to me if you sinning, you know we repent.
Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless you all. Officers out of Houston, Texas. And we're back with another class for you. Today, we will be going over church. Title of this class is Let's Go to Church. But before that, let's deal with some modern events that's going on that I've been kind of paying attention to as of late. So let's start off with the DR. Let's go ahead and go to the DR.
The death toll in the catastrophic roof collapse at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic is rising. At least 124 people have now died, including a legendary merengue singer. Many others are still missing. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest on the rescue and recovery efforts.
A packed nightclub in the Dominican Republic, performers on stage, the audience dancing when suddenly everything comes crashing down. Authorities.
All right, so now I want them to see the roof crash. I want to see that.
He's reviewing this video and others showing the moment the roof collapsed at Jet Set nightclub around 12:30 Tuesday morning. Another video shows a group of women walking away from the stage when part of the ceiling seems to give way. This man pointing at the roof, saying something fell. You can see heavy chunks of debris scattered around. National search authorities on scene looking through the rubble. Some survivors pulled from the debris, like this man carried away on a stretcher. Drone footage shows the extensive damage. Officials confirming well-known merengue singer Ruby Perez, who was performing that night, was among the dead. This video posted on Instagram shortly before the collapse. His family saying in a statement, his music will live forever.
And man, that man sang like he was his voice is incredible. He was like a family member of mine, so babysat my whole community out his babysat.
Local Governor Nelsie Cruz killed two, the sister of former Seattle Mariners player Nelson Cruz. Former Major League Baseball players Tony Blanco and World Series champion pitcher Octavio Dotel also dying. Dotel played for a number of teams, including the New York Mets, who held a moment of silence at last night's game. No word on what caused this collapse. The owners of the club saying there are no...
So, let me tell you what caused the collapse. So, now let's go to Job. Job chapter 1. And let's go to verse 6.
The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doeth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side?
So, a lot of us don't know that when you keep God's commandments, there's a hedge of protection that's surrounding you, that's covering you. And when you're not keeping the commandments, their hedge is pulled away from you. So you have no protection. So Satan can do with you as he will. So let's keep reading.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
the father to be in his life, he lost his protection. So I've watched him throughout the years and his mannerisms, and there's not a doubt in my mind that he's been touched. One thing I've learned over the years is a lot of times these kids get messed with, and it brings out effeminate qualities in them. Damn, is that the one? I think I had another one too. Is that the only one I had? But let's go. Let's play it. You got that one. Let's play that one. Because it's been voiced abroad a few times about his mannerisms, I'll say. There's another one I had. Dang, what was the other one I had? Yeah, he's twerking. See if I can find the other one when he dressed up all feminine and shit with dresses and skirts on and lipstick and all that other. I had that video. I forgot it. But it's been voiced abroad a few times of his oddities. I don't have any proof, but I can tell you his actions should know him by their fruits. And the way he be moving, you can tell he's been messed with.
Why is a full-grown man carried weirdly by other full-grown men?
You see
strange and awkward.
You see the feminist.
That we are not making this video to bash Kirk, but instead we want to alert you, especially those who still follow him, to be aware that Kirk is not who you think he is. Here is the most significant danger. Those who see Kirk as an influential Christian celebrity would believe there is nothing wrong with single men and women engaging in sexual relationships, which the Bible condemns.
I definitely think Ashley has feelings.
Verse 11, but put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
So, God is why this roof collapsed. Why? Because I'm telling you, a lot of them was probably doing this. Let's go to verse, I think 18.
Job chapter 1 and verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said,
No. I want to show what I want. I want the actual them gathering together part. Let me see. Matter of fact, let's go to verse 4.
Job chapter 1 and verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
It says every one his day. What do y'all think his day is talking about? Show them. So let's give a picture of what his day is. Y'all know what to do. Just find something that goes into that. Give the people a picture, a description of what his day is. Because a lot of people don't know what his day is. But everybody has a particular day. A particular day what? The particular day that you were born. You claim yourself as I'm going to tell you, when you want to celebrate your birthday, you have people gather together. They give you presents and gifts, and then they have a feast and celebration of you. What is that called? It's a feast day. So you're declaring yourself as a god. So hold that. While they get the picture, I want you to get Exodus 20. You stay with Job at, but get Exodus 20. Say what God say about worshiping other gods. Because we have to understand the things that we do. So you got it?
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
You should have no other gods before the Lord, including yourself. Some of us want to be worshiped like gods. So on his day, they celebrate the person. They make cakes. Where do you think the cakes come from? That comes from worshiping Ashtoreth. It's like Jeremiah 44, something like it goes into them baking cakes to Asherah. The feast day, the alcohol, that's you supposed to drink offering. That's a drink offering. That food, that's a meat offering. And then y'all giving gifts. Then y'all have orgies and sexual rights, because a lot of these feast days that are not of God are tied to sexual rituals. So when you celebrating birthdays, you're going directly against God, and you're declaring yourself as a god. What does God say about other gods? How does he feel about that? Read.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
That's the point. He's a what?
I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
You ever seen that dude that got a beautiful woman, and he will snap if anybody just look in her direction because he's jealous and he of his property? That's how the Most High is. You get that spirit from the Most High. The Most High don't play that thing. Y'all saw what he did to Nebuchadnezzar? When you declare yourself a God, that's like going to war with him. Just like trying to say you at his level. So he like, all right, you at my level, let me show you. So a lot of times, people get punished in many various different ways for celebrating their birthday. So let's go back to Job.
Job chapter 1 and verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting was gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them.
Sent and sanctified them. What does that mean? What does it mean that he sent and sanctified them? It means that he prayed and he gave an offering for their sin. He gave them a sin offering. It's going to say it. Read.
And rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
So every time they celebrated a birthday, Job knew it was wrong, but his kids were rebellious. But he loved his kids, and he would pray for them, and he would give meat offerings so the Most High would not kill them. So this would happen time after time again, every year. But then eventually, what happened? Go back to verse 6.
Verse 6. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came.
But actually, matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let's finish 5. 5 got a good point in it. Start from the top of 5.
Job chapter 1 and verse 5. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts.
So you see what happens when you declare yourself a God, trying to worship yourself? You're cursing God, because you're saying F God. Because the only person you're supposed to be worshiping is God. So when you worship yourself, like I said before, you're trying to say you're equal to or better than God. So you're giving God the middle finger. So if you really love God, you should not be celebrating your birthday. You should be doing the opposite. Your birthday is just another day you was born. It's more important about how you die. So you should be doing what you can for the Most High God, not celebrating yourself. Keep reading.
Thus did Job continually.
So every year, continually, Job had to do this for his sons and daughters. But the Most High had enough. So he gave Satan the green light. So let's go back to where we left off, where God gave him the green light. Is it 9? No. 10.
Verse 10. Has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house?
About him and about his what?
And about his house.
His house is his family, everything he owned. So because Job was so righteous, God was protecting his household. So that's the reason why his sons and daughters were not being punished for it, because of Job's actions. Job was so righteous, God was covering his whole household. Keep reading.
And about all that he hath on every side, thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, All that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
So what does that mean, what was going on? Do you have context clues? Can you have deductive reasoning to figure out what was going on? It was the oldest brother's birthday. And they were coming to celebrate the oldest brother's birthday at the oldest brother's house. There you go. I had to do it like, kitty, because, Christians, they slow bellies. It take them forever to figure it out. So read that part again.
Verse 13, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword.
Get to the point with a house.
Verse 18, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
So let's play that part again in that video. Show them the roof collapse. Let's get them a realistic. Yeah. Imagine how many birthdays was being celebrated that day. The scriptures talk about not reveling, right? When they in a club. So here you go. Play it. So the roof collapsed, killed everybody down there. They still finding people right now. It's not over with. That's not the total death count. And some of those people gonna die that went to the hospital. So the Most High don't play about his judgment. But like, what is that? Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because we ain't got to go to it. Time's sake. So that's the reason why that club collapsed. For those that's trying to figure out why, because the Most High had judgment on them. Why? There's no telling what they was doing in that club. The Most High was tired of it, so got rid of the club. All right. And other news. Let's celebrate Easter a little bit. Let's go. Happy Easter, y'all. Let's show y'all how Easter go down. Show you what happened. I want to see the lady first, the Edomite lady. For all y'all Easter goers.
Woman arrested for sending poisoned Easter eggs to ex-family in alleged revenge plot, killing one child.
All right, can you zoom in and read it?
Zoom in, there we go. A jealous ex allegedly sent poisoned chocolate Easter eggs to the home of her love rival, killing a 7-year-old boy and leaving 2 people in critical condition in Brazil.
What is Brazil? Matter of fact, pause that. Ain't that big ass Caesar Bajot is in Brazil? Somebody get that picture. This is what the Brazilians is worshiping. Remember what God said, no other gods before me. I am a jealous God. What is it, Rio? Yeah. So on that. That's what they worship. They don't worship God, they worship that idol right there. What is that? Jeremiah 10. Go to Jeremiah 10 real quick while we read that, while we look at this demon. This stone demon. Didn't it fall once? Ain't this the reconstruction? How many times y'all gonna build this crap? For the Most High just finally have enough and strike it down again. Got his hands out wide. You imagine how many kids he done molested with those hands. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
So why does it say be not follow not the ways of the heathen? Because you would think the way that they've taught you in America that this is of God. So it says learn not the ways of the heathen. So let's get Easter. Let's get the day. We can please get rid of that. I'm throwing up. I'm throwing my coffee. Let's get a start day first. All right. So read that.
Astarte.
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 Meaning the word star is in there. Matter of fact, hold that. Finish Jeremiah 10 about the stars in heaven.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
All right, so that's good. That's good. So it's not a coincidence that the word star is in her name, but it's Astarte. So go ahead, read it.
Astarte was a prominent goddess in ancient Middle Eastern cultures, particularly among the Canaanites, Phoenicians, and Levantines, associated with love, war, fertility, and sexuality.
Keep going.
She was also known as Ashtoreth or Astaroth in the Hebrew Bible, and her name is sometimes linked to the Akkadian goddess Ishtar. In the Greco-Roman times, Astarte was assimilated with Aphrodite, Artemis, and Juno.
And her name also was changed to Easter. That's what Ishtar means, Easter. So now let's get the definition of Easter too. Remember, it said, do not worship the gods of the heathen. But they telling you that Easter, you're supposed to be worshiping that. But God just told you don't be worshiping the other gods. So
Easter definition: the most important and oldest festival of the Christian church, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ and held in Western Church between March 21st and April 25th.
now go down, look at the, let's break it down. Old English, Astarte.
Old English, Astarte.
It's in English at the bottom, the same thing.
Of Germanic origin and related to German Ostern and East.
Keep going.
Perhaps from Astarte, the name of a goddess associated with spring.
But I thought it was Christian. See how they play you at the beginning? They tell you it's the most important Christian holiday, but then at the bottom it tells you it's really going into the goddess Astarte. So they showing you that you're not worshiping God. So when you're not worshiping God, God takes the hedge off of you. So let's go back to Brazil. Let's see what the woman did in Brazil. You can drop that. You can get rid of that too. Now let's read it again.
A jealous ex allegedly sent poisoned chocolate Easter eggs to the home of her loved rival, killing a 7-year-old boy and leaving 2 people in critical condition in Brazil.
All right. So, matter of fact, keep going. Keep going.
Jordalia Pereira Barbosa, 35, allegedly purchased the chocolate eggs in a disguise at a supermarket and spiked them herself before they were delivered to the home of her ex-boyfriend, new partner, 32-year-old Marian Lira, according to the reports.
So, it shows you this would have never happened if they wasn't celebrating Easter. She could have saved that her children's life. But y'all always following these other gods. When you follow these other gods, God don't protect you. He take his hedge off of you. So then things like this happen. All right. So another thing that happened in modern news that I was paying attention to that kind of pissed me off. Let's go to Jelly Roll.
ABC News. Jelly Roll's path to pardon clears as Tennessee parole boards weigh in.
Let's read a little bit into it.
A Tennessee parole board recommended a pardon for country music star Jelly Roll this week, following a clemency hearing for the singer, whose real name is Jason DeFord, in Nashville on Tuesday. The Tennessee Board of Parole recommended that his criminal record, including a past conviction of robbery, be cleared.
And when you go into this dude was crazy. He did a lot of shit. Excuse my French. It wasn't just that. He was a terror. So, but what they do? They want to pardon him. So now let's go to the El Salvadorian dude.
Homeland Security Secretary beyond the border. Kristi Noem under heavy guard in El Salvador, there to see firsthand the prison holding alleged Venezuelan gang members recently deported from the U.S.
Do not come to our country illegally.
The president touting the deportations.
You see the ones who were taken out, Trendy, Aragua, the toughest of all gangs.
But late today, a new legal setback. An appeals court backed up the federal judge who had ordered deportation flights halted temporarily to review whether the administration can legally remove migrants without due process under the Alien Enemies Act. The government says 137 Venezuelans accused of being in the gang Trendy Aragua were deported. However, a lawyer for 31-year-old Andre Hernandez says he was wrongly swept up based only on his tattoos.
He is, in fact, a makeup artist and absolutely no association ever with any type of gang.
In a separate immigration action, new video shows the detention Tuesday of a Turkish PhD student at Tufts University with a valid visa.
All right, so stop.
Tonight.
So as you're seeing, they're just deporting whoever the hell they want to deport. Half of these people ain't even criminals. But an actual criminal that's Esau, he gets a full pardon for all his crimes. You got people that's just going by, living their life, just happenstance. They getting snatched up and getting accused of being in this whatever, and getting sent to El Salvador for absolutely no reason. He ain't the only one. It's a whole bunch of them starting to come up now. But it goes to show you that that's the spirit of Esau. Go to Habakkuk 1:4.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth.
So that shows you the law is slack, and judgment don't never go forth right. You see what happened to our people versus their people? Our people innocent, minding their own business. They get locked up and sent to the monkey prison. You see how they had them people in there? They look like it was zoo. But then they actual criminals that's doing all type of dirt with a whole damn rap sheet. They want to get them full pardons. For absolutely, they ain't do nothing to deserve a full pardon. What? Because he's a country music singer? But he was a robber and he did all this other kind of stuff behind the scenes, probably drug trafficking and all kind of stuff. But now he gets a full pardon. So they treat the Edomite criminals actually get treated like citizens, but then the actual people that's innocent doing nothing, just regular law-abiding people, they get sent and treated as criminals when they Israel. Showing you, Israel, you got to get up out of this place. But go ahead, keep reading Habakkuk 1:4.
Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded.
So that wrong judgment proceeded. So we see this time and time again. I can do a whole class on wrong judgment proceeded, and we'll just be I have another class next week. It's gonna always be like that as long as we're here. We're in the land of our oppressors. They hate our guts, so they ain't gonna never have the right judgment. That's why God said we got to come out of her. So that was a little bit of modern news that's going on today. That was just kind of plaguing me. So now let's go ahead and go with the subject. The subject is let's go to church. So let's go ahead and play that.
There is a Black pastor by the name of Jamal Bryant that made a comment that the Black church, and I guess he's talking about the Black church in America, is 80% women. And he was talking about how men just aren't showing up in the church. Now, he said it's because the way the church is not really reaching the Black men's needs, da, 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 da. He even made a comment that in Islam.
You hear the da 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 da? That's one of the issues we have with our people, especially our women. Our women don't care about their black men. That's because it's unimportant to her. This is the reasons why they be trying to find out the answers, but when we tell them the answers, they don't freaking listen. So it just shows you she don't really care about the plight of black men. She just wants to regurgitate what Jamal Bryant was saying, but she don't really care. Read. Keep playing.
The church is attended by 80% black men. And I'm just like, I feel like he's intentionally leaving out a really, really important factor here. Black men ain't fucking with the church. Black men ain't fucking with the church. I used to go to church and I used to see how the pastors would always play on our emotions as women. And I say our emotions as women because before I became emotionally logical, I was operating totally in emotion. And so you had all these women would be in church, running their hand, crying and weeping, and their men would be sitting there looking at them like, she's serious? Like, it's not that serious. Like, oh my God, she's like literally crying and da-da-da. Men you're not manipulating them emotionally. And that's what they're doing in the church. So men today are not going to church because they see the manipulation. And I have 3 older brothers. One took his whole family out of church, and it wasn't even a black church. I have my other 2 brothers. They're just not going. You're not doing it. It's a manipulation.
So let me show you what's really going on. Reason why black men are not going to the church. There's one major reason. Revelations chapter 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Go to verse 10.
Verse 10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
So why you think Christ told John to do this? Because Christ knew that there was going to be controversy in the future about how he looked. Yeah, we got it. Appreciate it. So keep reading.
I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches.
And he say, send it everywhere. Why? Because he wanted to make sure they didn't get destroyed. Because he already knew how the play was going to be. He knew that Esau was going to do this. Hold this. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. He knew they was going to do this. So he was already trying to set things in, he was already trying to set things in motion to protect his image. Christ is like, I got to protect my brand as much as I can. So show everybody how I look and then send it out to everybody. So it can be multiple copies of it. Go ahead now, read.
1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen.
The who?
The heathen.
The who?
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So that image of Caesar Borgia in your church, that's a heathen. That's not the children of God. Keep reading.
They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits and the tithes. And the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their days.
Right. So they took the book and they saw that Esau, because at the time they dealing with the Greeks. So I know it's Esau. We can prove it's Esau that's doing this. Matter of fact, go to verse 1. Go to chapter 1. Go to verse, verse 9? Get the name. The Greek Macedonian that everybody loves so much.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
So Alexander the Greek, what y'all like to call Alexander the Great, the first king of Greece. So that's how we know for surety who it was, who people it was that was painting their images in the Bible. Dang, I wish I had that iconoclasm picture. But for the y'all can put it in B-roll. Find it in B-roll. But that shows you that the image that you worship today is not the image of God. That's the image of the Greeks. So go back to Revelations 1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 11. Come on! Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea.
All right, so verse 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Because first and foremost, Christ has a body. So everybody try to act like they don't know how Christ looked. Christ had a body. He always had a body in the spirit world and in the physical world. As I've heard dumb crap like, oh, that's his image in the spirit world. So he black in the spirit world, but he was white when he was walking on the earth. So what does that mean? Wouldn't that mean that black people is something spiritually special about them? Even if that was the case, don't you think you should respect black people more if everybody black in the spirit world?
Right.
But nevertheless, keep going.
And gird about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. We call it gray hair now. But you know, your grandfathers, they have white woolly hair. These are perfect depictions of how a black man looks. Keep going.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because he drank wine in moderation. There you go. Perfect. Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Exactly. As if they burned in a furnace. What color is brass? Brass is brown. And when you burn something, it gets darker. Called a smoke ring. I smoke meat for fun. I won't say for a living. I do a damn good job. And when after a while, that smoke get on it, it get darker. Y'all love it. That's brisket's #1 meat on the planet now. Why? What color is brisket? Dark brown. Yeah. So it's showing you Christ as a black man. There you go. Showing the picture of burnt brass. So it's a brown. You see when the scriptures talk about it being like a topaz. It's like a topaz brown or sardis or jasper. He's brown. So where are we getting this Edomite from? So keep reading.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Because another thing I can't stand when we deal with these Christians and they say, why are you talking so loud? Why are you talking so aggressive? It's your delivery. It's your reproach. But you go in a barbershop and scream at the top of your lungs about Jordan versus LeBron. And nobody be offended. We laughing and joking and everything's fun. Nobody come to blows. Why? Because it's all in good fun then. But when we talking about the Bible, oh, it's your delivery. Oh, it's a no. When you in the club screaming the lyrics out to these horror songs that you jamming, you don't be saying, oh, it's the delivery. Why does Glorilla gotta be so aggressive? It's 7 p.m. on Friday. They shouting that shit. They shout at the top of their lungs. I don't say it's your delivery. But when we talk about the Bible, when we talk about God, oh, it's our delivery. So it said Christ had the voice of what?
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Man, you can turn your faucet on and your faucet be loud. So they didn't have faucets back then. So it's talking about rivers. It's talking about waterfalls. I don't know if y'all ever been by a raging river. That is loud. You can't hear nothing. So if they saying his voice was loud, why? Because he's a black man. We naturally loud. Our voices carry. Why? Because we got the voice of God in us. That's why it scares the nations. That's why they want us to talk all soft. Because when we speak up like men, it's like lions roaring. So he did not talk soft and all mamby-pamby. He talked like a man. These are the opposite of the spirits of Christianity. Christianity is, oh, Father God, and I want to cry every 5 minutes. Oh, Joe Osteen, oh, I just want to hug you and give you and take all your money and molest your children. That's why they like molesting children. They got that weird ass soft voice. It's always kids they mess with. But no, I'm going to tangent. No, but the point of it is the reason why black men are not in the church is because the church does not have a black God. What kind of man wants to worship a man that don't look like him? That's stupid, sisters. That's why he's not in the church. Jeremiah 2:11. You'll be foolish to worship a God that don't look like you. Everybody got a God that look like them except us. Dum-dums. Sisters, you got to wake up. Go ahead, read.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
We the only nation that changed our gods. Go ahead.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit.
Exactly. Because we've changed our glory, which is the black God that look like us, that love us, to our actual enemy that hate our guts. And we worshiping him now and wondering why ever since we've been worshiping him, we've been going through hell. That's why the black men are not in the church, because they know damn well that's not God. It's common sense. You know, she said something else. She said, men think logical. And the church manipulates women. No, thank you. So we think so logical that we know that God's not there. So any woman that knows that men have more sense than you, if you see the men not going to church, that means you should do what? Stop going to church. But instead, because you don't care about the black man and because you want your ego stroked and some other stuff, you keep going to the church. That's why the black man is not going to the church. So let's go back to that video.
O grande poder está em conseguir o equilíbrio entre o prazer do
It's the modern day church
e o
now.
prazer do resultado.
¿Ustedes saben por qué? Porque Dios no se equivoca. Y discúlpenme si aquí hay alguien que no es creyente.
I
pero
don't know
cada quien se inclina.
Brazilian, but I know they talking about her ass because I see the little peach sign. And you know why they talking about her ass? Because she got that whore clothes on. This is a pastor. That's the reason why it says what it says. Let's go ahead and get it. First Timothy.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
So it's saying, don't get half naked with your body hanging out, dressed in all kind of jewelry and shimmered up. That's not how you're supposed to be. Why? Because you're trying to cause men to lust on you. You know why they do that? They want men to look at their body and not their spirit. Because if they can look at their spirit, they see that these women are evil and they don't have nothing to offer. So they try to advertise their bodies because that's all they got to offer. That's the reason why the girls be out there half naked, shaking their behind all the time. And that's why every time we go out there to teach, they're wearing less and less clothes. They have low self-esteem. They don't love themselves. They feel like they have nothing to offer. So they want to show how beautiful they are because they are going to get immediate gratification from the guys trying to holler at them. It's a self-esteem boost from somebody that's empty and void inside. That's what it is. And Christianity is full of that. Why? Because you're worshiping a God that don't look like you. Of course your self-esteem is low. Every time you look at the image, it looks like somebody else. So it always makes you feel like you're inferior. It always makes you feel like you're less than. It always makes you feel like you should be them and not yourself. So how can you love yourself when you worship a God that don't look like you? Go back to Jeremiah 2 and 11.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit.
So it don't profit you. Why? Because now you hate yourself. Because you think that you're supposed to be white or Esau, because you're not white. So you are trying to be Eurocentric because you think that that is how God looks and you're trying to be closer to God, not understanding you already look like God. So now you're altering yourself and destroying yourself, and now you're mentally and physically destroying yourself. You have low self-esteem. That's what that is. I see a cry for help. I see a woman that's been ran through by a whole bunch of men, and now she don't have nothing to offer but her body, and all she wants is money because she wants immediate gratification because she's a shopping addict. Because a lot of women, they get, it's called something. It has a word for it, but it's like a euphoria they get from buying stuff. So they want money so they can buy stuff to try to fill the empty void in their soul. Nothing's going to work, sister. You're just going to be broke. Gonna be broke with a whole bunch of bags. And it's funny, the purse got more it got a whole bunch of nothing in it, but it costs thousands of dollars. You got thousands of dollars worth of purses and you ain't got no goddamn money. Why? Because you have a shopping addiction, because you're trying to find happiness somewhere. Go ahead, keep playing. Go ahead. He said verse 13. Go ahead, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
All phrases. Holding no water, meaning they don't have any knowledge. So you don't worship this God. This God don't have no life in him. He can't fill that void. What Deacon Bishop Yawasop always say, he was dealing with these other religions, it was like water, but it never quenched his thirst. And then he came into this truth. He finally got his thirst quenched. And I know exactly what he's talking about. When you're walking to and fro in the world before you realize you're an Israelite, there's this uncertainty about everything. There's this weird, always trying to figure out life, trying to know. And then once you become an Israelite, you try to figure out why everything is happening. There's this calmness and this peace in your spirit, because like now you understand why this stuff happens. It may not be good. It may not be great to know about slavery and all this kind of stuff and oppression, but now you understand why. It's not that, damn, are we really just trash people? Like, oh, no, this is happening because God is doing this and God's doing that. And you're like, oh, okay. So then it gives you a center of peace. That quenches that thirst that you've been having in your soul. It fills that void. Then you can build on that and you can start implementing things in your life to please God. Because now you actually know what God is doing. But if you never know what God is doing and you don't understand God, matter of fact, this Deuteronomy 28. 28 and 28, right? I'm doing let's do it in the scriptures. Let's go to the scriptures. Deuteronomy 28 and 28. This is what you're doing. You're groping.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday.
Groping at noonday is trusting in that broken cistern that does not hold water. Keep going.
As the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Why? Because you worshiping another God that does not hold any water. So you can never prosper because you can never use the water. By the time you fill the water up, it's empty again. You're always trying to fill the water. You never get a chance to drink it. Read.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
That's the reason why. You gotta come back to your God. Go back to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11. Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit.
So once again, it's another example of our people worshiping the wrong God. So let's go back to the that thing right there. Look creepy. The hell is that? Play a video. The hell is this?
Hacia lo que le ha dado fuerza en la vida, y a mí Dios es que me ha mantenido de pie. Me ha mantenido de pie y me ha mantenido como un roble aun cuando no he querido serlo. Pero sí se puede. Okay. Bien.
Listen.
Nah, go ahead and play that part. You got a good point.
I'm going to church to fight demons out of church. I come to church and my pastor's a demon walking around like this. Now I'm fighting my pastor mentally because I want to smash. What's going on? Look, I'm looking at these pastors,
so that's
right?
the point. Good point. So he's showing the same mindset. These sisters are dressed inappropriately with their vagina and their body out, and they wondering why. Like, dog, these men ain't gonna come to church and let. Yeah, that's gonna bring lustful dogs to church. But other than that, ain't no men really going to church. And then after all the dudes smash her, they gonna leave the church. Gotta change our mindset on how we worship God. So I thought this one was funny. So let's go to the 5-minute mark. This one had me dying because this is how do I say it? I'll say thirsty traveler. I'll be nice and say thirsty traveler. But go ahead, let's play. Can we got the sound on it?
Where can I escape it?
I choose my purpose.
You know what we need? We need the "Don't Save Us, She Don't Want to Be Saved" soundbite. Damn, we needed that. That's what we need right now. But go ahead, play it.
This is for your own benefit. It's not like, oh, I'm just trying to force you into church or I'm trying to force you into this. I want you to be better, okay?
Pause. So he started talking about God and she threw up. I'm gonna tell you know why she threw up? Because she hate God. 2 Corinthians 2:15. We gotta realize in the spiritual realm, there is something going on when God is spoken, when the scriptures come out, when testimony is being done to the spirits. Let's go ahead and let's read it.
2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. For we are unto God a sweet savor of Christ in them that are saved.
In them that are what?
In them that are saved.
Keep going.
And in them that perish.
Keep going.
Verse 16. To one we.
So hold on. Before I get there. When it says them that are saved and them that perish, it's not talking about right now. It's talking about the ones that's going to be saved in the end that don't get destroyed. And then the ones that perish, but they're going to come back. That's what it's talking about. We are the sweet savor. It's not talking about you saved now. You're not saved. Because you know Christians love to think that they saved. What the hell are you saved from? You're still in oppression. But go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 16. To the one, we are the savor of death unto death.
Because when we teach this Bible and when we talk about God, a lot of the people do not like God. So we smell like death. I talked about it at camp. You ever, when you was a kid, was riding your bike and you rode your bike by a dead cat or a dead animal, you smell that for like 2 blocks. And it's gut-wrenching. That's how this Bible is to people that don't love God. So you might, on a fleshly level, like I seen, it was a sister, she was listening, and I seen her homegirl. I say her homegirl hate God. She just slowly started inching over. They do it all the time. It's the Mark 14 effect, or Mark 4 and 15 effect. And then they get over there and they inch over there and they nudge. We gotta go. Because they're festering inside. Their flesh is crawling. They don't want to hear God. It's pissing them off inside. So they're trying to hurry up and get out of there. But their friend love God. Their friend don't understand what's going on in the spirit realm. So they be like, oh, we gotta go. They're like, oh, okay. Let me go. But that's the Satan inside that person trying to get them away from there because they don't want to hear the word of God. And the person is foolish and they don't understand what's going on, so they leave with them. I see it all the time. But these people hate God. So play it. Don't play it yet. Keep reading.
To the one, we are the savor of death unto death, and to the other, the savor of life unto life. And who is sufficient for these?
All right, so, and it's another one, like I said, we are we're the spirit of life unto life. So when we read the Bible, they just gravitate towards it. It calms them down. They start having questions. And if there's no distractions, a lot of times they will listen for a long time and they'll be happy and they'll go about their way and they might even repent. 2 different spirits that you're dealing with when the word of God come out. All right, let's keep playing. Let's start. I like this part. Let's go back again. This shit was hilarious. Go back to 5:23. I can watch it again.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
They said something about this in the Bible somewhere. The Antichrist, Revelations. There's no way she's like vomiting.
I feel really sick. I'm sorry.
Did you, bro? Like, what's
I feel
what
fucking sick. Like,
Why?
I don't know. I do not know. I have no idea. Like, that came out of nowhere. But, like, what do you want me to do?
All right, stop. So let's go to 601. Oh no, that was it right there. Okay, well keep going, keep going. I'm sorry.
Like, my stomach was literally just churning. I tried to hold it in. Did you not?
Which book has The Exorcist? In the comments, let me know which book is in the Old Testament or the New Testament. Where can I go to perform an exorcism?
See me? You literally asked me, was I okay? Obviously, you could see. Sorry. I feel better now, though.
Listen, Jasmine, I think we should try this another night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Maybe we should
notice
try this another night.
they stopped talking about God. She feels good now because they stopped talking about God. You going?
Like, what would you say if I told you that I needed your nut?
What?
Like,
Play it again. She say what?
I would say,
what would you say if I told you that I needed your nut?
The hell is this?
I would say, what is it that why do you need that? Are you trying to do
Pause.
some?
We're going to show you why she need that. Proverbs 30 and 20.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Exactly. That's I can't say them words. I'm about to say something. Thirsty traveler. I'm gonna keep saying thirsty traveler. I'm gonna keep it scriptural. Sirach 26 and 12. This is what you're dealing with.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
She say, I need your sons. I need your seed. Thirsty for the seed. She's seriously thirsty for the seed. Play it, man. Play it again. Play it again. Show you, she's serious.
Yeah, I think
that's good. That's good.
Like, I need it.
You
What
could
would you
use that.
say if I told you that I needed your nut?
Pause. Read it again.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down.
So she's indiscriminately. Where's she at? Yeah, I know. Where's she at? She on the hedge, sitting down, begging for nothing. She is making. We might need her for leverage. Like, she is literally showing us the spirit of the adulterous woman. Now, play the video.
Like, I need it.
I would say, what is it that why do you need that? Are you trying to do some experiments behind closed doors? What's the reason? You trying to create clones?
Because I want to taste it. I want to know what it's like. Your energy is so amazing.
So stop.
Like,
they call them succubus. Now they call them soul suckers. But that's really a spirit these sisters be having on them. But go ahead. Do we finish?
No, sir.
Let's finish that one.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
You heard it. You heard it best by the Most High. He's very descriptive. If you don't know what a quiver is, think about it. And you put arrows in it, and it can fit multiple arrows. That's what she is. She's a quiver. So she said something. Go back a little bit. She said something very heavy. Outside of the other stuff she said. Even the dude in the back, he bugging out. All right, right there is fine.
Or what's the reason? You trying to create clones?
because I want to taste it. I want to know what it's like. Your energy is so amazing.
Stop. Exodus 22 and 18. This is what you're dealing with. Remember, the Most High, these things are in the Bible. Y'all don't remember? These things are in the Bible. She say your energy. She wants to steal his energy, and she feels like the best way to get energy exchange is by taking his seed. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a succubus. You're dealing with a witch. But remember, a lot of times back in the day, they would have sexual rituals and rites to these ceremonies and stuff that they have. We just don't know that stuff no more because we you know, like, I grew up. I'm gonna tell you, growing up in Galveston, we had something called the Kappa Beach Party, which is around the same time as the Freaknik, same era. These are both Greek picnics where we just have a whole bunch of orgies and sexual stuff for like a week at a time. Those are sexual rites where we're worshiping other gods. We don't realize that's what we're doing because we're in America and they hide what they're doing, but that's what we were doing. Mardi Gras. I'm Galveston again. We had the second biggest Mardi Gras back in the day. Between that and New Orleans, you pull them beads out. You know, y'all know how it was. Them beads get you a whole lot of access to a whole lot of excess. Why? Because you're worshiping another god, Bacchus, Bacchanal, the ivory god, where they have sexual rights. A lot of this stuff is witchcraft that's going on. And a lot of times it's easier to convince somebody to do some type of ritual when they're nutting. That's the reason why they always introduce sex as some type of form or some type of ritual, because it's easier to involve somebody in it. Because what does it say? What does it say? Hold that. Hebrews 11:25. Because sin don't feel bad. Let's get that out the way. Don't act like sin feels bad. Even the Bible tells you. Go ahead. Is that what I want?
Yes, sir.
Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 25. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin.
Because sin is pleasurable. Why? Because it's what your body is craving. Your body is wickedly desperate and it's always craving to be pleasured. So a lot of times we gravitate towards sins because they feel good. Why you think so many brothers is fat as hell? It's because the food gives you dopamines. That cheese and that seasonings and all that kind of stuff that tastes good, so you want to eat more and more. Or you watching porn because the dopamine that you get when you finish. Or you going to that woman and you pay for because when you finish, you feel like you got what you paid for. Or when you whoop a nigga ass. So, excuse my French, sorry, y'all can beep it out. Thank you. The feeling of knocking him out is a feel of satisfaction. I don't know if y'all ever found a fight. When you hit somebody, it feels good. Your hand might hurt if you hit them too hard. You might break a knuckle or something. But the feeling of hitting their jaw, that's one of the best feelings on the planet. I know I'm violent. I'm sorry. Stomping niggas out used to be pleasurable. I'm just gonna be 100%. That's why they do it. It feels good. Shooting a gun, it's what's that word? Thrill. It's a thrill. It's a rush. Like this stuff feels good. So it's easier to palate. It's more palatable. It's easier to do because it feels good. I remember it was on Fresh Prince when Uncle Phil was talking to Ashley. He was like, everything that feels good is wrong. And like, that's real. That's real. So go back to where it was at. The pleasures of sin. Read that part.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 25. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Right. So a lot of times witchcraft is sexual. They're tied. Remember, Solomon was messing with all those women and he was worshiping all those gods because they had sexual rights that was tied to those gods. One of them being Ashtaroth, the fertility goddess, who y'all just got through worshiping. Her name is Easter now. You know what they used to do? They used to have sex in public to worship her. You know what that's called today? Pornography. They used to have wooden dildos that they used to pleasure themselves with. Now y'all got roses and y'all got plastic dildos. Y'all are worshiping the same person. You're worshiping another God. You're pissing God off. And you're ruining your body. Now the man you get, he fall into a ditch when he try to enter you. Now you can't be satisfied. Now you looking for all these different men because you got a great gold fix between your legs now. Because you've ruined yourself. Save yourself, stay pure. Wait for the man that God meant to give you and stop being so damn thirsty like her. Let's go back to the video.
Like,
Thank you.
And I can only imagine like how uplifting it would be to like uplifting. Like I feel like your aura, like that, like it would be inside me then.
You hear that?
Like I would have.
She's
like,
literally talking about witchcraft. All right, what you got?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
And that's exactly what she's doing. It's this movie Jim Carrey did years ago. It was like one of his first movies. It's hilarious. It's about a whore vampire woman that seeks virgins, and she has to have virgins. So he's a virgin, so she's after him. It's hilarious, but it's going into that huntress, that adulterous huntress. Go ahead. Finish playing the video.
Like your
So if you don't know what you're looking
So
at
stop.
right now,
She was about to say your soul, but he cut it. Like the sister is a succubus. But I'm gonna tell you something. You can easily spot a hoe. Well, you still can in society. Let's go to Proverbs 7 and 10. Because even in society, I'm gonna call it a spade a spade.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire
First,
of an
let's
harlot.
get the attributes of this brother. Go up to the attributes of him. It talks about him first.
Yes, sir. Verse 6. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones.
So, simp. That brother right there was a simp. Trying to save a hoe. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. But simps do this kind of stuff. Read it again.
And beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding.
Don't understand what you're getting yourself into. That girl is poison. Go. Read.
Verse 8. Passing through the street near her corner, and went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
So go back to the video. They're depicting it's not in the daytime. It's in the twilight, in the dark, in the corner. Go ahead, go back to that part. Just show you the scenery. We ain't even got to play the video. I just wanted them to see the scenery. Look. Now read it again.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
Keep going.
And beheld, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
That's how you can tell. These women dress like hoes. The way you carry yourself is the way you're going to be presented. A man, if you carry yourself like a woman, a nice, respectable woman, most of the time, I'm going to tell you, we're hunters. We go after prey. So if I see a woman that looks like a hoe, I'm going to come at her like a hoe. If I see a woman that's dressed like a lady, I'm going to come at her like she's a lady. That's how men move. You can mess with 5 or 6 different women, and you're 5 or 6 different people. Being whoever you got to be to please that woman at that time. It's exhausting. Brothers, don't do it. I used to do that in college. I wasted so much of my time in college smashing all the females, and I was 5 and 6 and 7, 8 different people at a time. It's exhausting. Don't do it. But the point I'm making is men will gravitate when they're trying to get you to what you present, what you put out. So And a lot of times they won't even approach you if you're not what they're looking for at the time. So a lot of times dudes won't even approach you if you dress respectful and you carry yourself with respect, because they're not on their time. They don't feel like putting in the effort. They want something easy, low hanging fruit. So a lot of times you will avoid a lot of sorry men just by how you carry yourself. But when you dress with and you're hanging out, everybody is like, oh, that's low hanging fruit. Let me see if I can hit that real quick. They don't care about what's going on in your brain. They just want to care about what's going on in their brain. Get what I'm putting down. All right, so let's finish the scripture.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
But we don't even have to go into that part. I'm pretty sure she is in real life, but she didn't show those characteristics at that point. But I'm pretty sure the Bible's never wrong. Most of those women like that, loud, disrespectful, they don't listen, hard-headed. Yeah, there's attributes that go with your outfit. For instance, if I wear a skirt, there's attributes that go with my outfit. I'm gay. I have a feminine spirit about me. I'm attracted to men. I'm going to act like a woman because I'm dressed like a woman. A woman that has baggy pants and Tim boots on and a button-down shirt, she is going to be masculine. She's going to try to challenge you every chance she gets. She is going to try to outperform you because she thinks that she's a man. There's attributes attached to your attire. That's the reason why in Zephaniah 1 and 8, it says, you want to go to it. There's the reason why God says this. There's spiritual context to what you wear. I know you don't understand that because it's a spiritual thing, and you're not taught that anymore. But there's spirits in your clothing. Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Because when you wear those strange apparels, they have spirits behind them, and it shows that you're not right. So when God is getting rid of all these unclean spirits, you're showing that you have an unclean spirit because you're putting on these clothes because of what's inside of you. So when you got them tights on, you showing your plump ass to everybody, you have a whore spirit on you. God will kill you because you cannot go into the kingdom because you're going to smash everybody. So he can't have you there. He got to get rid of you because your spirit, what you're wearing, is showing you're not ready for the kingdom. That's why you have to dress appropriately. There's spirits behind that. All right, so that's enough for that part. Let's go to what is it, 8:20?
Be a man, you must see his penis. You must see it, you must hold it,
Go back,
you must feel
go
it.
back a little bit. These sisters here, man. But these are the women that are head in the church. This is the reason why the church is 80% women. Go ahead.
You must see it, you must hold it, you must feel it.
Let's try 8:15, something like that.
Things that before you marry a man, you must see his penis.
There you go. That's what I want.
You must see it, you must hold it, you must feel it, and make sure it's working.
To make sure it's working. You hear this?
Why are you being like uncomfortable like that?
No, I want
So
to make
stop.
a point.
She say, why are you being uncomfortable like that? Because you a hoe. And it's uncomfortable to be, that's not right. Matter of fact, what is it? Deuteronomy 23:17. Matter of fact, Titus 2 and 3 first. Titus 2 and 3 first. She's uncomfortable because it's an older woman that's supposed to be teaching right, is teaching this smut. Talking about why is divorce on the rise? Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? If you pleasuring men, when you first get with them, they're not going to take you serious. I'm going to tell you another thing women need to stop doing. Stop taking advice about men from women. Women do not know men. They don't even know their damn self. Half the time, they don't even know what they want to eat, but they're going to tell you how to. Come on, stop. Stop it. Listen to men on how to please men. Go ahead.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. the aged women likewise, that they should be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
You going?
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet.
Be what?
To be discreet.
You're supposed to have discretion. Playing with a man's penis when you first get with him, it is the opposite of discretion. That's shamelessness. Keep reading.
Chase.
Chase. Somebody get the definition of chase real quick. They used to have something called a chastity belt. It used to be hilarious. It was in all the movies. But the princesses, I might try to find one of them online for my other daughters. They see they still sell them. But they used to get a lock. It was a metal pair of underwear with a lock on it. And the only person who had the key was the king. The only time she could take that thing off was when she was taking a shower and she had or a bath. And she had a whole bunch of witnesses in the bath, you know, all the women in there. So ain't no dude sliding in there. Unless the women are, but you get the point. Point is, chastity is, matter of fact, you know how many girls named Chastity that was whores? That is an oxymoron. Your name cannot be Chastity and you loose as hell. Come on, y'all got to learn these words before y'all name y'all kids. Well, go ahead, read it.
Chaste. Chaste definition. Abstaining from extramarital or from all sexual intercourse.
So read that part again in the Bible. You're supposed to be what?
Titus chapter 2, verse 5. To be discreet. Chaste.
So she's not supposed to try his penis to make sure it works. She's supposed to do the opposite. She's supposed to find out if his penis works after they're married. And if you're treating him right, and if you're feeding him the right foods, and if he's going to work out, his penis is going to work. But if he's fat, lard ass, then it might not. It might have some difficulties. You know what I'm saying? Fix your diet. You can try it. So let's read again.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands.
So that's what she was supposed to be teaching. So go back and show to what she was teaching, showing you that she ain't got nothing to do with God. This is a demon. 15. There you go.
Before you marry a man, you must see his penis. You must see it. You must hold it. You must feel it.
Look at the lady. She like, what?
Why are you being like uncomfortable like that?
No, I want to make a point. Yes, you do. Let me drink water.
She don't want to say. She trying to be respectful, so she don't want to. She got to drink some.
Thank you, awake.
That must be a
Stop.
different.
So that shows you. Even the sister knew it was off, but she was trying to be respectful. She was trying not to disrespect the elders, so she just drank the water. But she knew that sister was off. But how many sisters don't know that and be following these simple ass women that be leading these women into destruction? Now she ran through. She done been with 14, 15 different men. And now she useless because she been trying to see the penis and make sure that it work before she get married. That's stupid. Yeah, we needed that earlier. I appreciate you, Robin Hood, but we needed you earlier. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. Now let's go to the scammers. We went to the adulterers. Let's go to the scammers.
The Brooklyn pastor who made headlines when he was robbed of expensive jewelry during a live-streamed church service has been indicted on federal charges.
Among the allegations against Lamore Whitehead, that he scammed a parishioner out of $90,000. And as CBS 2's Christina Fan reports, this isn't his first time in trouble with the law.
So, stop. So it shows, you heard what he said, guy is a career criminal. It's a lot of pastors that are career criminals. And they find out how easy it is. Because I'm going to tell you, and to be a successful pastor, all you have to do is know how to have sex with women. If you're a good talker and you know how to put it down, you can be a pastor because it's full of what? Women. And they're horny women that's lonely, that need a man. And they just run through the congregation. And if they look good and they know how to talk to women, they'll have plenty of money. So a lot of dudes have figured out, oh man, I could just act like I love God and just say some sweet stuff to a sister and I have all the vagina I need and all the money I need. So that's what these dudes do, scammers. So keep playing.
Formerly flashy Bishop Lamore Whitehead was
Pause,
silent.
pause. My dad's a pastor, and I grew up in the church under high, prominent pastors. So when I'm saying and ministers. So when I say what I'm saying it from experience. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't sit here and try to play me like I don't know what I'm talking about. I can go into my Baptist church history under the people I grew up under, and be like, oh shit, yes. So I'm not making any fallacies. That's how it go. All right, come on.
Outside federal court as his attorney denied all fraud allegations against him. The Brooklyn pastor, known for delivering sermons in designer suits and lavish jewels at Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries, is being accused by federal prosecutors of obtaining part of his wealth illegally.
Bishop Lamore Whitehead is not guilty of these charges.
Look, he guilty as hell. His face had I know guilt. This nigga guilty. That nigga's guilty. Look, got the rope right here. He is guilty as hell. Look at him. Go back a couple of seconds. Yes, he is paranoid. When people are guilty, they are paranoid. They're fidgety. They're very anxious. They're so worried. They get so nervous because they're lying, and they're afraid that they're afraid that you can see through their BS. So they start getting nervous. All that. You get fidgety. Oh, yes. He is guilty as hell. But go ahead. Keep playing.
According to an unsealed indictment, Whitehead asked for money and other things of value from victims using threats and false promises.
Damn,
He
threats?
allegedly convinced a parishioner to invest $90,000 of her retirement savings with him, but spent it all on himself.
Of course
he
he
is
did.
also accused of extorting a businessman of $5,000, then convincing the victim to lend him $500,000 more and give him a stake in real estate transactions in return for favors from the city government, which Whitehead knew he could not obtain. The bishop was arrested Monday.
He's a liar and a scam. Well, scammers are liars. So he goes, go to thou shalt not lie. And steal. And be covetous. God dang, this brother three for 10. Sheesh. Sin upon sin.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
Damn, 3 for 3, huh? You out of there. Go ahead and play. Play the video, please.
Morning and pleaded not guilty in court before he was released on a $500,000 bond.
All right, stop it. So read 13, like you were saying.
Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
So remember, it said he was threatening people, he was bribing people, he was lying. This nigga is a demon. But I bet you his church was full. All right. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 13. For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely.
That's right. So let's get to the next one. And the next greedy pastor. We can do this all day, but I'm gonna only do a couple because I want to be here forever. These brothers got wives.
It's of one of the most influential churches in America. A scandal so big it could shake the very foundation of the church and its pastor like never before. Pastor Clarence McClendon, a name trusted by thousands, has been caught in a web of deceit and financial scandal that's worth a shocking $250,000.
So that's another
How did
one.
it
You can
happen?
stop. That's good. Go on to the next one. I like this other dude because this dude was full of SH. And you notice, I ain't going to say that because they not all fat.
This resident.
That's the one. Yeah, this guy here. This guy's a trip. Go ahead and play.
This residential center.
Now he in Congress now, or with one of them courts. He got to explain.
Oh, this is
the IRS court. He got to deal with IRS because he's such a damn thief. Keep going.
a place that the ministry owns. Well, not own. We're in the process of buying that. Yeah. We don't
So are
own
you
it yet.
renting to buy, or are you?
Yeah, we're leasing to buy.
No, that's his personal stuff.
You have that as an asset of $2,844,500. So do you own it?
I just answered that, didn't I? So we didn't own it.
Then he
Okay,
had the
but
audacity to get
where does
sassy.
the?
You a sassy Negro at that. You
I'm
get
sorry?
mad. I'll tell you. Oh, just another thing. A lot of those guys, they get insult. They start getting insults, and they start being disrespectful in a sly manner when they're live or when they get caught. That's one of their defense mechanisms. Go ahead.
Did you? I thought we just said that.
All right, but
Yeah.
you have listed it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability.
All right, so where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home or the residential center.
Is it a home?
See, caught itself.
No, it's a residential
Stop.
center. We use it.
He's such a liar. Go ahead, stop. Greedy dogs. 56-10, Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
Keep going. That shows you that's the spirit he got. All right, play the video.
You're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake. Like I say, it probably should be a liability.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
It is really it's a gathering place for our ministry where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of maybe resort and teaching. Training.
Resort?
Yeah, teaching. A resort where we teach and train.
Pause. You see the word gymnastics? He trying. He's trying, but he's just not slick enough. He's a dumb pastor. He's great. First off, he came there without an accountant. What's wrong with you? But nevertheless, dumb dogs, greedy, ignorant. That's this man right here. Keep going.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What would that be for?
Well, this is for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
We have to wear Louis Vuitton?
Oh, it don't matter what name it is. The point is clothing are allocated to us for ministry purposes as well.
What do you mean they're allocated to you?
In a media ministry.
In a what?
Media ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, or on the road when I'm always traveling and using my clothes, I'm sweating through them. So I'm needing new clothes also for television ministry for the year. So.
And so you use ministry money to buy your wardrobe?
Outfit. It's allocated more towards ministry apparel.
Does that go into what your income is?
I'm sorry.
Do you show that in your income that you got Louis Vuitton clothing?
No, that's not.
That doesn't show.
Because it don't go there.
It don't go
read
there.
scripture again.
No,
Greedy dogs.
Isaiah chapter 56, verse 11. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
There you go. I don't even want to watch no more. He just does word gymnastics the whole time. It is what it is, man. You use another snake that just devoured the people. All right, so let's switch gears. All right, so I want to go into pedophilia. So If you're going to go into pedophilia, let's go to the tippity top. Give me that Vatican. The one from Bishop did last night. There we go.
You know why the Pope is having manic moments and has to be sedated? Because he's having visions of being pulled to hell.
Oh, I love that.
Well,
I love it.
It just came out.
Drag Me to Hell.
You remember that?
You remember that movie, Drag Me to Hell? Drag his ass to hell where he belongs.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is